Welcome everyone. In today's video, I will focus on creating smart research flows with Nebu Data Suite tools. Nebu, over 3 years ago, entered an exciting moment of a brand repositioning. The company's vision from the moment it was established over 25 years ago has been to provide innovative data collection solutions. With Nebu Data Hub and Nebu Reporter, new tools introduced to the market over the last 2 years, Nebu's offering has significantly expanded. The collect, manage, utilize paradigm describes the best full scope of what Nebu tools offer today. I will present on a higher level how Nebu tools connect with each other to help you not only collect but also manage and utilize all your project data. Except for a few moments when I show briefly the basic principles of how Nebu Data Hub and Nebu Reporter operate, I will focus on the end user perspective. I will present the final results, will show you the end-to-end solution from survey programming, managing sample and quota, data processing and visualizing the results, to creating dashboards and building up a coffee enthusiast panel for future research agile iteration. As less is more, the project I will show you is relatively simple, condensed, but simple. Most of you deal with more sophisticated studies on a daily basis, yet I believe it will be easier to comprehend the message and understand processes behind it if we stick to some simplicity. Please remember that you are always welcome to get in contact with us. Our specialists can sit down with you and your organization and set up a more personal demonstration, or we can schedule a training session to go through the details of building such smart flows. After all, we are here to help you. Being a true coffee lover, I decided to put myself in the shoes of a marketing manager of a Dutch coffee brand, Douwe Egberts. I figured choosing for a fast-moving consumer good product for such demo case is always a good idea. Plus, the others involved in building the case with me are also huge coffee fans, which made the preparations more fun for all of us. The project I'm presenting consists of 2 goals to be achieved in a few iterative research steps. The first and the main goal is to understand what drives the Douwe Egberts brand awareness on selected markets, ultimately to increase the brand awareness and raise sales. But I will get to that in the next videos. Today, I will be able to address only the first step of the first goal, the exploration phase, during which we determine the current state of brand awareness in target markets. The secondary goal I will be able to touch upon today as well is to start building the Douwe Egberts coffee panel. All Nebu Data Suite users are able to create customized and automated workflows that recognize and invite already active respondents that are eligible for a panel without any additional investments. That way, I can significantly increase the return on investments in my demo coffee project by not only answering business questions of a current iteration, but creating a panel of DE fans, allowing me to conduct further research projects, for example, testing new packaging ideas or new coffee flavors with fewer costs. In the next videos of the coffee project series, I will present the rest of the research steps, how we detect patterns regarding Douwe Egberts brand awareness in each country and across all countries, how we use that knowledge in the next iterations to establish trends, and then to test our hypothesis, leaving us with clear and actionable insights to increase brand awareness and drive sales over the rooftop. Let's jump to the core of the first step, our coffee brand awareness survey. Designed in Nebu Data Interviewer is meant as a multilingual project run across 8 countries that collects data into a single database. The questionnaire is sleek-looking and fully responsive, which you will be able to see later on when I show the survey embedded on our coffee panel. Answer items in the survey are randomized. The tool allows you to define the order in any desired way. One can also use the auto proceed function, but for the purpose of the presentation, I have disabled it. One can choose the language of their preference, which in the case of this project determines also the country of the respondent. I will choose the English version. At the beginning of the questionnaire, we ask respondents for a few necessary demographic information: their age, gender, the region they live in, education, and income of the entire household. The setup of the questionnaire includes a procedure that writes answer items as variables into our coffee panel for every respondent that is being recognized as a potential member and chooses to register as a member. I will explain the conditions that have to be met for a respondent to be recognized as an eligible panel member a little bit further along the story. From here on, we start asking our respondents questions about their coffee preferences. But before I show you the rest of the survey, I would like to take a step back and present on a higher level the structure of the entire questionnaire. There are two main parts of the survey. The first one I have just presented aims to retrieve some basic information, basic sample information. The other one focuses on coffee brands and only in few questions test brand awareness, brand recognition, and brand loyalty. Because of the multilingual twist to our project, we have created a custom expression form in the questionnaire. It processes data to unify different education, income, occupation ranges available across 8 countries where we conduct fieldwork. The expression recognizes various levels, dynamically grants points according to predefined rules, and stores that variable in a separate column, the social class column, in the dataset. Having that procedure set in place, I'm able to aggregate information from all countries. This is an important step helping to increase efficiency in the data analysis part, what you will see when I present the results of this research iteration. The social class, with the social class defined, just one look at the dashboard allows me to get an instant understanding of what's happening in my project across countries. To increase the effectivity of our fieldwork, we have also set up a Nebu Data Hub script which runs in real time on our project, auto-cleaning the dataset based on any custom rules. For example, based on particular completion time, respondent's ID or location. You can also remove records that failed on a trap question, the red herrings, or that has been identified as straightlining the questionnaire. But before I present the rest of our coffee brand awareness survey, for all not familiar with Nebu Reporter, I would like to show the basic principles of how the tool operates. I will do that based on our coffee project performance dashboard. With that particular dashboard, I want to be able to instantly notice if the questionnaire is performing well or whether there are any irregularities that could imply errors in the design. I want to be able to ensure the smooth running of a project and eliminate any potential errors as soon as possible, not to experience unnecessary overruns. To do so, I only need to see a few key pieces of information like basic overview of results and completes. One can specify the time frame, how they are to be displayed per day, week, or month. I want to see the length of the interview. And the last question before leaving the questionnaire, which tells me right away if the questionnaire is designed properly. The interactive world map widget with completes highlighted can help to ensure the fieldwork is indeed conducted in our target markets. Back to our dashboarding tool itself, I'm simplifying now, but to keep it condensed, I will say that Nebu Reporter builds dashboards that are presets of widgets filled with data coming directly from Nebu Tab Interviewer. All Nebu tools are seamlessly connected, ensuring a live and real-time stream of data. Via Nebu Data Hub, you can also connect it with almost any external source. There are three main types of widgets available for all users. The external widgets, like any custom HTML code, rich text, image, YouTube video. You can add default Nebu Tab Interviewer widgets with particular project data like results, completes, quota cells, interview length, the last question, and much more. And the third type is widgets created in Nebu Data Hub, our R-based data management and data processing tool. With one click of a button, you can clone a dashboard which holds the structure of widgets. And only by selecting a different data source, you can fetch widgets with data coming from any other project. The drop-down displays all projects available in Nebu Tab Interviewer in your environment. If the project holds the appropriate type of data, it will be automatically updated in the widgets. Only the data in Nebu Data Hub widgets didn't change. I will explain why while showing how Nebu Data Hub operates. I'm logged into the Nebu sales environment. Among many projects, there is the coffee demo project. Nebu Data Hub is also seamlessly connected to your data collection environment, which means that you always have access to the synchronized and up-to-date core dataset of your project. And from here, you can use the hub to perform multiple operations on your data, from cleaning, deduplicating, restructuring, creating visualizations resulting in numerous derived datasets. You can always go back to the core dataset or focus on its processed versions and variations. Based on the histogram widget with the duration of the interview, I will present a piece of R code and how easy it is to update it. If you are not familiar to R or have no data scientist in the organization, please do not worry. We have quite some ready-to-use scripts available to clients, and we can also connect you to partners that can help create widgets of any complexity. Please keep in mind it's a one-time investment to create R code that you can later on apply to other projects of similar nature. The reason why data in the histogram didn't change is that the code is still pointing to the coffee data source. To present how easy it is to update a widget, I will change one of the colors used in the histogram widget into black and run the script. All created widgets are available in the Storage tab. From here, you grant and revoke shares with Nebu Reporter. The color has been changed. All dashboards are auto-updating. This one is refreshing data every 60 minutes, but you can set it up to 5 minutes, which means almost in real time. Let's go back to our coffee survey. In the first two open answer questions, I'm testing the brand awareness. We could have implemented a lookup mechanism that pre-fills brand names based on letters typed in by respondent, which can save a lot of time and hassle by eliminating typos. Yet in those questions, I want to test the top of mind awareness, so I decided not to suggest any names. In the next question, I check brand recognition, providing a selection of coffee brand logotypes and asking respondents about which brands they have ever heard of. There is a rule implemented into the design of the questionnaire that pre-selects the DE, Douwe Egberts, if a respondent typed in any variation of the Douwe Egberts brand name before. There is also a rule that displays a few local coffee brands in the Polish version of the questionnaire. You can create more rules like that per every country. If you wish to be recognized as by our questionnaire as an eligible member of the coffee panel, you need to meet a few criteria, starting with selecting Douwe Egberts logotype as one of items in this particular multiple response question. Then you have to pick Douwe Egberts as a brand you will likely, you have tried. And you need to confirm that you are very likely to drink this coffee brand again. In this form, we ask every respondent if they would like to become a member of our coffee panel. If they say yes, they have to type in an email address. Only upon the completion of the questionnaire, the background process checks whether a particular respondent is recognized as an eligible panel member. I will get back to the panel enrollment flow in a second, but first I would like to show you the panel portal, which I have set up as a website respondents land on after completing the survey. We can provide you with the various look and feel variations, and the panel can be created as a multilingual portal. Let's go back to the automated registration flow for a panel member. Before I finalize the registration, I would like to mention two other possible scenarios. In the first one, a respondent is being recognized as not eligible for our coffee panel and receive an automated email thanking for the contribution. The other one is when a respondent is already recognized as a panel member and get an email reminded with the link to log in to their account. When you are recognized as a desired panel member, you receive an automated email with a content encouraging for completing the registration. This flow also serves us as a double opt-in procedure. First, checking the correctness of the email given by the respondent, and by enrolling them into the double opt-in flow with by setting a password to their panel account. I will log into my newly created account. You have all the flexibility to decide what kind of tabs are available in the menu. The Insights page works similar to a blog. You can post small articles to keep your panel active and give members an extra reason to log in more often. So far, I have used the Insights to post a link to the dashboard with the project results and to promote a new survey when we're waiting to be answered. You can embed Nebu Data interviewer questionnaires of any complexity, for example, to allow your respondents to edit or update their data. You can see how all information already known about a panel member, in this case, it's my email address, is being fetched from the panel to the questionnaire. In one of the following videos of this series, I will focus on the panel side and explain in more detail how we grant points for completing questionnaires and connect to various reward platforms. Questionnaires available for our panel members are seen in the Surveys tab. You can add questionnaires manually or create an automated rule to match the right questionnaire with the right panel member. You can embed questionnaires in the panel or allow respondents to fill them in a separate tab. I have prepared a follow-up questionnaire asking respondents in more details what their coffee preferences are. I ask about the main reasons for treating themselves with coffee, the time they reach for a cup of coffee most often, how many cups per day they drink, whether white or black coffee, if white coffee, what kind of milk they use, if they usually make it themselves or buy it, about the preferences of brewing methods, whether the origin of the coffee beans makes any difference for them, and if so, to select the preferred one. I want to show you the same survey embedded on our panel to present the responsiveness on a much smaller screen. Last year, we have released a new responsive template, making our online surveys accessible on any device of any size. Last but not least, the most exciting part, the dashboard with coffee results. Thanks to all of the previous steps we have taken in the questionnaire, like creating a social class variable, aggregating a lot of information, and by further data cleaning, restructuring, and processing, we were able to create a single Nebu Data Hub widget that offers the answer to the main question asked in the exploration phase. What is the current state of the DE brand awareness in our key 8 markets? The R-based widget you can see on the screen, the sunburst, consists of a few circles. The inner circle represents all answers given regarding Douwe Egberts coffee. The next one shows how many of those answers were given by people who have tried DE, Douwe Egberts coffee, or have only heard of it. The following circle can drill down to see data per country. And from here, we can take it even further to take a look at the distribution per social class. You can create more detailed visualization as per your or your client's needs. We also have created a few more widgets, an interactive donut chart per open question with a corresponding word cloud. For the purpose of the further research iterations, we have also prepared a chart showing which other coffee brands people who have tried DE coffee before are likely to try as well in the future. To sum up, today I have presented the Nebu Data Hub, Nebu DAB interviewer side of our collect, manage, utilize coffee flow. A few questions to determine the basic demographic information of our respondents, a custom variable pre-processing and unifying international data, quotas set up based on the questionnaire, how we are identifying DE promoters, how we implemented automated panel enrollment flows, and how we test coffee brand awareness, recognition, and loyalty, all as a multilingual project run across 8 countries. In the future videos, we will focus on presenting details of what we do on the Nebu panel side to keep members active, and on the Nebu Data Hub side to process and utilize collected data for increased efficiency and effectivity. This is all for today. In case of any questions, please send us an email to marketing@nebu.com or to sales@nebu.com, and see you again soon with the next videos from the Coffee Awareness Project series.